Welcome back, everyone. We are 22S Radio, the next wave of K-Beach. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ, HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles. Welcome back, everyone. Back to Talk One Spritzer program. I have missed you so much. It has been so long since I've seen you again. And we are back with a artist who you all know, Mr. Black.
Yeah.
We'll call him Mr. Black.
Adam Black, you already know what the deal is. What's up, Spencer?
What's good?
How you doing today?
It's been a minute since I saw you.
Yeah, it's been like a year and a half, maybe.
Since you last in the show, right?
Yeah, like this it was a long time ago. Like, it was, but high key, like it might have been like 2 years or about a year.
About a year ago, yeah.
Because it was like around this time too. It was like around winter
it was
time.
cold, yeah.
Yeah, I remember driving. I was like, this is exactly like last time.
It's funny because ever since, I feel like having you on the show is probably one of my best,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because everyone, I swear, 9 out of 10 people I've had on the show afterwards has always told me something like, "Oh, you had Adam Black on the show, did you?" So it's always like that tree.
Yeah. Every time I saw like somebody on there, I was like, "Oh, I know that." Like, I was like,
right.
Hey, these pictures going up. That's lit.
Yeah.
But low key, like Malik started that too. Like, because if Malik wasn't on here, I would have been like, "Oh, hold on." Like, Spencer gotta. But I mean, somebody would have told me, but I found out through him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a lot of people in the IE are always trying to get on the station, and like it's like you can't. Some people can't find them. And then like you've created like a format for it. Like everybody says like, oh yeah, we're gonna start a radio station, but it's like you're just lucky to have the resources for it.
Yeah, I'm honestly really blessed because I know a lot of people have tried to do something like this, but I don't want to be that person, but it doesn't go the way they plan it to because they don't have the resources.
It's a lot to like set up. Like it's a lot to handle. Like when it comes to like all that. It's like you have to look into, and some people can't look into it. Some people don't want to look into it, or some people just don't know where to start, and like they don't have that thing. But like I said, you're lucky enough to have the platform, and you put Mills and Mercy on here and stuff like that.
So
like,
you already know.
Yeah. And who knows? You might have way more people. Like you might just become the Adam 22, bro. Like
I don't want to be compared to Adam 22.
No, definitely not.
Of all people.
Yeah, that's terrible. He's something else.
Yeah. So, I don't know what I should start with. There are a few things I want to talk to you about since the last time I saw you.
Well, let's start.
Let's start with the least controversial stuff.
All right.
So, serious cartoons.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know what that was, or I didn't even know it existed until who had a show there who invited me?
Was it the Zach show? Was it Zach and Jimmy's show, or was it like a feature?
Yes.
Because I know like Serious Cartoons, like the guy who owns it, he's just a hip hop head, so he's always down at those shows. The way I found out about it was like a while ago, like a long time ago. Noah James had threw a show there, and like of course, and like he like that's just like where he like started all his stuff. It's like a low key like with that whole run right there. It's like a historical monument for them. Like it's like one of those like little things. It's pretty cool. So people who be throwing show, like every time I perform there, I'm like, Serious Cartoons. Like you can't be mad at Serious Cartoons. Like it's lit. Like
it seems like it's one of those things that's gonna be like a gem.
Yeah, definitely.
Of San Bernardino.
If any of those artists who like really have like put their roots into that place go up, like it'll be one of those things like people will be trying to pull up every weekend.
It'd be like a new marathon.
Yeah, like it could probably save San Bernardino. Like if anything, like it could save San Bernardino as a whole. That'd be tight. Shout out Serious Cartoons. Shout out IE Radio too.
So how long have you known about that place?
Me personally, just a few years, but then like a few of my friends who already knew Noah James and all them, like of course like I just asked him like, oh, what's this? And like I even talked to the dude a few times, and he was saying like, yeah, bro, opened the store like about a few years ago, blah 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 blah, and like I can't remember the first time I did a show was with IE Radio. Like I think they're like the first ones that like started like a motion of like having more shows there, because they had a show there and it was cool. They had like a Can Drive there. And it was better. And then they had like another show. They started doing like the Cloud9 shows there, and it just got better. Like they started bringing lights and having more sound equipment and stuff, like just stuff like that. And then like the last show, like Zach show was cool too. Like it just, they've had like more of a consistency with shows and stuff, because everybody wants to throw a show there. Like it's pretty lit over there. Like if somebody's trying to throw a show, it'd be pretty tight. It's always tight to throw in there. Like especially if you're just trying to gather up some people and like really just go ham. Yeah, exactly. Like it's fun in there.
It's really nice to see like my city.
Yeah.
be represented like that and like not, not expressed the way it typically is.
Yeah. It's like it's always like you'll always get like the different sides. Like of course you're not gonna like the more rowdier side sometimes because it's like sometimes you do just want to enjoy the actual artistry of the music. Like you're not just trying to turn up for the fun of it. Like, but I don't know. It's like serious cartoons. Like it's lit, bro. It's comfortable in there.
Yeah.
It's like you for sure go listen to music in there. And you're like, yeah.
It just feels like home to me. If
Yeah,
you're being
definitely.
honest.
Yeah, every time I go there, I'm not disappointed by any artist. Like I've been to quite a few shows and I'm like, oh, okay, that artist is whatever, but this artist is cool. But like there, I'm like, dang, all these dudes came to show out. Like,
Yeah.
like I always show up like I'm about to be the hardest artist in there, and there's like 10 more artists. I'm like, okay, hold on.
It makes you reflect on like,
Yeah.
oh shit, what do I gotta do
Yeah,
now?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, serious cartoons, they're serious.
Pun intended.
Nah. Yeah, pun intended.
Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to get you on. But in addition to that, are you making an animated series?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Tell me about that.
All right, so the animated series is just a project. It's been like the title of it has been like switched around like a bunch of times. Like a while ago when I was working on like a bunch of those cartoon songs like Roger Rabbit and like Sarah Bellum and stuff, like I was gonna put out a project called the animated series and I was working on it and stuff, but I was like, no, it's just not good enough. Like I'm gonna just wait. And I was like, if you think about it, like that's just a hard title because anything that's titled the animated series is classic. Like you got Spider-Man animated series, Batman animated series, Superman animated series. Like
okay,
those are all like classics. Like I could sit down and watch those for days. But so I just waited like a while, and it's gonna be a bunch of like songs I never even released like from that time era, like a bunch of new songs, a bunch of songs that I just felt like just weren't ready to be put out, like a bunch of old songs, like so people can have that chance to listen to a bunch of stuff because we're all drifting away from SoundCloud at this point. Like everybody's trying to get on the streaming services and stuff, so it's like we're not neglecting paying for it because it's like you got to pay for SoundCloud anyway, so you might as well just get Spotify and iTunes and stuff or Apple Music and stuff. Like so it's like that's why I'm just putting all that stuff on there, and then like that's what the animated series is, and of course like I'm just a cartoon, like I'm just a geek, like I just love it all, so it's like of course I'm just gonna call it the animated series.
So is it? So it's not a physical animated series.
No,
okay,
that'd be tight though. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe like one day there will be like an Adam Black animated series. That'd be tight as fuck.
I could probably connect you with someone who would be down. He's really busy.
Yeah,
like, he does animation.
Well, send me his link. Like,
yeah,
if he's
will.
down.
Yeah, he's been on the show before.
It's like, oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I remember. I think I followed him.
Yeah, Devin.
Yeah. I think I followed him. I checked him out. I was like,
Yeah.
dang, this dude's tight.
He's
Like,
crazy good. Yeah.
Bro, and animators are top tier. Like those dudes are something else. Like people, I remember like a long time ago, I was trying to ask an animator for something, and it was like a little clip, like a 2-second clip, and bro was like, yeah, that's gonna be like $60. I was like, what? He was just like, yeah, bro, it's got to be animated. And I'm like, and like he started showing me the process and stuff, and I'm like, all right, bro, that's $60 worth. Like, it's like
you said, I'm thinking about like, yo, like that's okay. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, because it's like if you think about it, like it's like animation is just that's another realm. Like I don't even want to think about because it's like not like making movies and stuff is a different thing because all you gotta do is film it and then put the sounds to it and like cut it, chop it up, and make sure you do all your movie stuff. But like when it comes to animation, like that, I just feel like that stuff is different because you gotta think of the sound. Like, okay, now what kind of sound would this dude's shoe make? But he's a cartoon, so it's like I gotta make it sound weird. Like, yeah, that stuff's hard.
Can you draw?
Nah, I used to be able to. I drew like the last thing I drew a black what's his name? A black Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest. Johnny Quest. Where is it? Where does that sound familiar?
Johnny Quest. Just Johnny Quest, bro.
Johnny Quest.
If we talk about it too much, everybody will start getting on it. I don't like seeing it.
Okay, all right. So that's enough on that topic.
Like if it's my profile picture. You ever see my profile picture?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's that dude. You know the dude.
This dude. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
He's. I don't know. It's just the aesthetic of it was cool. So.
Okay. So.
And he wears a turtleneck.
So.
Huh?
Key point.
He's wearing a turtleneck, bro. He's got blonde hair.
So, now it's time.
Oh.
Now you know the reason why you're here.
Bro, what is your beef with J. Cole? You sound like Lil Pump.
Okay, no. Nah. Okay.
I need to know. That's really what I need to know.
I don't hate J. Cole.
Yeah, you listen to him.
I listen to J. Cole. Every time he puts out a project, with the exception of 2014 Forest Hills Drive, I am disappointed every single time, every single step.
You didn't like KOD?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
And I can explain why. Okay.
Wait, okay. okay, For My Eyes Only, I'll give you a benefit of the doubt because I feel like he made that album for his wife or whatever.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's a different.
So that's his album.
Cole Cannon.
Yeah.
But everything else is just,
Bro.
it just disappointed me.
Okay, what about? All right, explain to me. Explain to me what disappointed you about KOD.
Okay.
Explain to me. Okay, yeah, just explain to me, and then I'll explain.
Okay, number one, the message. The message on its surface seems like a good message, but when you really get under it and dissect it, it's extremely dangerous.
How is it dangerous?
Okay, so all throughout the album, what does he say?
He's just he's talking about the drug. You know?
Drugs, saying choose wisely, don't meditate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how that's any different than, for example, in the 80s, when people like Nancy and Ronald Reagan would go around telling, young black kids, just say no. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of lowers, it kind of makes less of priority the actual problem that J. Cole's trying to face and just slaps just meditate and you'll get over it.
I feel
condition over it.
Well, it's like it's like you don't. It's like he had. I feel like he has to with that situation. I feel like he had to present it in a way where it's not going to completely destroy his career. Like
exactly.
Because if you think about it, like essentially what he was trying to do was what Russ was trying to do. Like like stop doing drugs. Like you guys are trash for doing that stuff. But it's like J. Cole wasn't. J. Cole was trying to understand. Like, all right, well let me not attack them. Like let me understand because it's like I come from this situation. They come from this situation. That's why. That's what I felt like with him interviewing Lil Pump was. Like, of course, I woke up and I saw that. I was like, oh, my God. Like, why is this guy interviewing Lil Pump? Like, he's an artist. Like, Lil Pump is just ignorant.
The thing about that is that when Lil Pump dissed J. Cole, the best thing he could have done was just not respond.
Bro, Lil Pump dissing J. Cole is the equivalent to Trippie Redd and 6ix9ine arguing all day. Like, that's what that was. Like, it was just, he was just saying F. J. Cole because it was like, oh yeah, they're gonna come watch me now because it's like, oh, who's this guy talking about some? Because who else was talking about? None of those artists who were doing like what Lil Pump was doing, like none of that like early mumble rap, early SoundCloud rap stuff. Like none of them were like trying to attack anybody. They were just like, but then Lil Pump was like, man, I don't care, bro. Like I'm Lil Pump, I'm a Mexican, and I say nigga, like I'm gonna just go ahead and attack. I'm just gonna go ahead and attack him, like. And it's like that, but it's just I get why Lil Pump did it, but it's like J. Cole didn't have to respond.
Exactly,
he didn't have to say nothing to him because it's like J. Cole needed to see that and understand that he was just using him for a gag.
And on top of that, Lil Pump is such low-hanging fruit that someone who is as wise, and J. Cole is wise. I give him that. He's smart. He's a smart guy, and for someone who's that smart and is that aware of, the rap game and how it is, he didn't have to respond. He could have just left it alone, and his career would have been totally fine. Because what type of... Lil Pump does not have enough clout to change the entire J. Cole fan base against him.
I mean, if you think about once Lil Pump was going around saying F. J. Cole... That's low key. People started going around saying like, low key, like J. Cole's kind of lame. Like, I feel like it affected people's minds. Like, and it's like I feel like J. Cole was trying to come through and just tell them like, yo, chill out. Like, y'all hating on me, but it's like I'm probably one of the better artists, probably one of the best artists out here. Like, this is why I be getting mad when you say you don't like J. Cole because I'm trying to. It's like you have to think about it, bro. Like, think about this.
Go.
If we just kept letting a bunch of whack artists, just come to the surface level, come to the top, come to this and that, and that's all we have, and that's all people are gonna be listening to, then that's all we got. And it's like that. It's like music clearly affects the mind. Like entertainment clearly affects how we act towards things, like how we react towards things, how we feel towards things. Like it generates something. Like it has something. It influences us some kind of way. You feel me? Mm-hmm. It has power. And for him to come in. And he would, because I saw what you were saying. This is what I thought about you. You were talking about how, like he's making the same kind of sound as everybody else. It's like he's making the same kind of sound as everybody else, but he's actually rapping. And now look what everybody's doing. Everybody else is making the same sounds as everybody else, but they're actually rapping now versus just not really saying that. The only person that's not really saying nothing is Cardi, and that's because that's Cardi's lane. Cardi's just the GOAT. Like you're not gonna go wrong with Cardi, but J. Cole, bro. You just gotta like you. There's nothing wrong with J. Cole, bro. People be hating on J. Cole, and
No,
it's like
okay, but I disagree because I feel like you can't just say that there's no valid reason to criticize J. Cole. I mean,
bro, J. Cole, there's no valid reason to criticize J. Cole, bro.
I disagree.
He doesn't put out anything that that can really leave a bad taste in your mouth. Like, it's like For My Eyes Only is boring, but it's like there's songs on there that you can still ride out to. Like, he has verses that he's given to people that are ridiculous. Not only did he give verses to certain artists, he also provides the beat as well.
I'm not calling him a bad producer.
But I'm just saying, it's like you can't knock J. Cole, bro. He's a top tier artist. He deserves like.
I'm sorry, I can't. I just can't. There's nothing. There's nothing anyone. No, I won't say that because if someone provides a compelling argument for J. Cole to me, I have no choice to accept it. But knowing that with every single release, you see what he's trying to do. Especially it really showed with KOD, because there is a clear concept that he had a perfect grasp of what he wanted to do. How he wanted to do it is where it threw me off. For example, he paints the fact that people doing drugs and drug culture in rap is a totally bad thing.
It is.
Not necessarily.
Is it not?
Okay, there's obviously like
it's not a
nuanced.
It's a bad thing when it's like out of control. Like, if there's artists or people who are dabbling in drugs and they do it for, they do it like every now and then versus like a supplement to suppress something, then that's when it's a problem. Like, that's what any kind of drug epidemic, you feel me? It's like you have to think about, he put that album out around the time Peep died.
And then Mac Miller died later that year.
Mac Miller died. It's like artists have been dying from drug overdoses for years, bro. It's like who's gonna say something? Like, we're just gonna let them die, right? And then we're gonna sob, we're gonna cry about it, and then we're gonna go buy music. We're gonna go buy their music that whoever is control of it is selling to us, like without them like signing off on it, like without them even like it's just like one of those things. Like, it's like who's gonna say something about it? You feel me?
Okay, I'll give you that. But here's the thing. Other than the fact that his mom used to be an alcoholic, what gives J. Cole the right to comment on this subject?
The fact that he's a top tier artist.
but he has no front-hand experience with this.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
It's like, how much do you know about J. Cole?
Not a lot, because he doesn't put himself out there like that. But
have you ever watched like a few J. Cole like have you watched like his little short movies or like little short films and stuff? Have you seen like the clip where he's like in his, I don't know what city he's in, but he's walking around or whatever, just being J. Cole, because he can just walk around, nobody bum rushes him. Yeah, right. But he just walking around and like some lady comes out of work and he just starts talking to her, bro, like, and like he just has a wholehearted conversation with her, like she's talking to him about his job, and she's asking questions about him and like this and that and like stuff like that. And it's like, or like about how about that story when J. Cole went to his fan's house and played 2014 Forest Hill Drives at his house. Like, it's like J. Cole is somebody who is in depth with his audience. Like, he's not commenting back. Like, bro's pulling up on his audience. Like, he's pulling up on anybody. Bro's riding his bike around the city. Like, you want to talk to J. Cole wants to talk to you. Like, he's gonna come talk to you and give you some knowledge. Like, it's like one of those things. Like, J. Cole is an artist. He's an artist for the community and he's an artist for the public. So it's like, you have to give him some leverage when it comes to him teeter-tottering with certain subjects. Like, he's not gonna keep constantly putting out love albums and like smooth talking albums and this and that. He's gonna want to try to change the view and like uplift. Like, we don't know what the fall off is gonna sound like, but it's like we've been listening to the thing is, we listened to J. Cole for a year straight without him even put out an album. We don't even know it because he's on every verse and he's talking about this is my last feature and he's gonna go put an album out, and now we're all waiting. And it's like he's just we don't even know what he's going to talk about on that album. And it's like it might be something that's attached to that KOD theme. Like, it might be something that's going to be above and beyond.
I want to assume, but we all don't know yet, that's going to be something. I want to use the right word of this. something that's gonna be attached to like a message, you know?
Yeah,
it's called the Fall Off 2020, right? And the teaser for it was a presidential campaign. Like,
yeah.
spoof.
At the thing, yeah. See, it's like that, bro. Like J. Cole's been building this up for a year. Like even if KOD wasn't even a serious album, like what if bro put KOD out to start what he's about to start on the Fall Off?
It's like a prequel.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's like it has that thing at the end. What is it? It's like the
Intro, 1985, intro to the Fall Off.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like one of those things. Like it's like J. Cole's just moving in a different spectrum. Like bro hopped on he tweeted out who wants a feature. He posted on the video who wants a feature. Bro got a feature with 21 Savage. Bro, J. Cole is using auto-tune with Young Thug and Travis Scott. I never thought I'd hear J. Cole use auto-tune.
Okay,
bro.
when I say like I dislike J. Cole, I'm not saying he's a bad rapper.
I know you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like I just disagree with the way he goes about,
he presents himself.
He presents his messages and morals.
I used to hate how preachy he was at first, but then I just understood it. Like it's like he could be worse. He could be on Twitter all day complaining. It's like versus like him putting it into the music and trying to give us it in a way like where we're gonna grasp onto it. And it's like KOD went up, bro. Like everybody likes that album. The message changed people though. Like some people really don't. Some kids, we really don't listen to that many artists who are like those artists that he was talking about on that album. The SoundCloud culture has died. Like the Adam 22 market has died. Yes Jules market has died. Like the internet money's taking that market and changing it into what they want to. But it's that whole culture has died. Like you go to Melrose, you're walking down Melrose, you're not going to see as many people as you would if you would have saw in 2018 because everybody was on Melrose trying to talk to anybody. You can go up on Melrose. I'm 22's at the shop right now. You feel me? Like yes, Jules is down the street around too. Like that's just what it is. Like and it's like that whole market is done now. And like J. Cole, I feel like J. Cole set that in motion because it's like once how he put that album out, then YB and Cordae put out that one,
Boy.
and it brought back that idea of more rapping. Like people were like, "Yo, let's get back to this rapping stuff." That's why people like Blueface because he was coming with bars. Like bro was coming with bars and it's goofy bars, but it's like we understand what he's saying. It's like he's off beat, but it's like it's funny. It's funny, but it's like we can rap to it now. Like it's not just something we can just jump to. It's something with some thought into it. And it's like I get what you're saying. Like bro do be preachy sometimes. He can be preachy, but it could be a lot worse, bro. He could be, like I said, he could be.
He could be a Logic, like
oh, bro,
like
don't even start.
He could be a Logic or,
Yo, Logic.
like an old ex, like just not this. Oh boy, I don't even want to get started with that,
bro. Logic, Logic's the GOAT. No, I'm not gonna say that.
That guy.
you can't give Logic any credit sometimes because he really like he'll drop the ball on you quick. Like he'll give you something and he'll drop the ball on it quick.
Definitely.
Like, it's kind of tough because I used to mess with Logic heavy.
He used to, like what was the last album he made? Not Supermarket.
Supermarket.
Yeah.
I didn't know he put an album called Supermarket.
yeah. You don't want to listen to it.
Was it Bobby Tarantino too?
It was
Was it Everybody?
What was that last Logic album called? Shoot.
I don't even know. I know that Joe Budden was right about that verse he put out though.
With the clickbait talking about sucking a dick.
He had this one. It was so terrible. Like Joe Budden like played the verse and like they were like I went to go listen to it and I was like, oh my gosh, like why is Logic doing this? Why would he do that?
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. That was
the social media album.
Yeah.
It was at that point because I've been trying to like get back. Logic is one of those people where he is Kanye for me to the extreme. Like, people gave up on Kanye like a long time ago, like back in like 2013 when he wore that Confederate flag on his shirt. Yeah, like, okay, so people gave up on Kanye then. People are starting to give up on Logic. I'm still holding on to him.
Nah, bro.
By a thread.
You gotta let Logic go, bro.
But this last record is probably my final straw. Just every time I try to listen to it, it's just like, dude, stop. And here's the thing.
Did you wait? Hold on. Did you hear that verse?
Yes.
It's a verse with French Montana and
Yeah, the one where what did he say on it? That's so cringy.
bro. He
He said, shoot,
he's that
I'm
one.
about to murder the pussy who can relate.
Yeah,
right?
it was
And
the
I'm
one,
just
the
like,
1-800
whoa,
thing. Yeah,
that's so bad on so many
bro.
levels.
When I heard that, I was like, how you gonna use that in a different bar? Like that's so messed up. You're talking the whole song. You got a Grammy for that song being so. You got a Grammy for that song being so inspirational for people. Like,
and now you're mocking it.
yeah, and now you're
by
just making
talking
it a
about-
joke.
Man.
I've been over Logic for a minute.
And here's the thing. And back on the J. Cole topic, one of his biggest inspirations is J. Cole.
Nah, it can't be.
What do you mean it can't be?
Nah, it can't be.
How can it not?
Bro, who really inspires Logic, bro? He sounds like a lot of artists, bro.
That's true.
We don't know who exactly inspires our Logic. He sounds like he's got a song. I give up on Logic when I heard he had a song and it sounded like Travis Scott, and I was like, oh no. I was like, you don't do that. Like you don't go around trying to sound like Travis Scott, bro.
I don't know, man.
I don't think I don't think Logic was prepared for the switch in the hip hop community because
define the switch.
okay, so let's say like from 2011 to 2013, right? It was more of like you had more of like rappers, people who were rapping. A$AP Rocky was rapping, Schoolboy Q was rapping, Kendrick Lamar, Rigor Mortis. You feel me? Like Logic was part of that. Logic was part of that group, and a few others like Danny Brown and stuff, and then like that, like Action Bronson. All those dudes who were coming up around that time, like even Tyler the Creator and all them, all Future and stuff, who were all coming up around that time, like basically everybody who Kendrick Lamar mentioned in his Control verse, and it's like the switch like happened. It happened after like it happened when it was started shifting into more like that SoundCloud era of music, and it's like a lot of artists didn't know how to switch into that. Kendrick figured it out with Damn, you feel me? J. Cole figured it out with KOD. Drake was never gonna fall off because he's Drake.
Yeah.
Until he got booed, and then
We gotta talk about that later.
and then you have people like Danny. You got A$AP Rocky. He survived through it too. But then you have people like Logic and Danny Brown and Action Bronson, people like that who they're more for hip hop audience. They're more for rap audience. Like Logic has no problem keeping his fan base when he does a song with Tech Nine or Joyner Lucas or something. You feel me? Because that's his realm. Those are rappers. He's trying to sell music to an audience that wants to listen to Travis Scott and Drake. They don't want to listen to what he's trying to offer. They don't want to hear that rapidy rap stuff no more. Like you're not gonna go to a show and nobody's gonna turn up to somebody who's really rapping like as a general audience. Like not unless it's like a real rap show. Then of course you got a bunch of rap people who want to hear rap. But like if you have like a general audience show, like that's just what it is. So like when it switched over, a lot of people didn't know how to adjust to it. So it was I feel like it was just kind of hard. And I feel like Logic is struggling because either you keep making 1-800 songs or you just go back to your passion. He wants to go back to his passion, but he can't fit into it.
That's true.
And it's like
it seems like the audience for a rapper like Logic, even the old Logic, is starting to shrink.
Exactly. It's even that's the same thing with J. Cole. Like J. Cole essentially is for the hip hop community, but it's like he's still trying to last in the popular community. Because if you listen to Born Center or all his other projects, they sound a lot more hip hop, right? They sound a lot more. It's more in that realm. Like all that music in that time period was all hip hop. It was all stuff like that, Lupe Fiasco type stuff. Like that's just what it was. It wasn't none of this singing auto tune, like barely saying like triplet flow type stuff. Like, but it's just that's what people want to hear because it's easier to grasp onto rather than what they're trying to say. You feel me? Like it's like when it comes to that kind of hip hop stuff, people just want to know the history of it. They don't really care for the music side of it. Like I'd rather watch the Wu-Tang show than listen to their project. You feel me? Because I'm gonna understand who they are versus listening to the music. But it's like that shows that the music's still fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we got to take a quick break.
All right, say less.
And then after that, we're gonna get back to the remainder of the programming.
Say less.
Welcome back, everyone. We are 22S Radio, the next wave of K-Beach. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ, HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles. Welcome back, everyone, to Talk with Spencer program. I am your host, Spencer Klein, back at again with another great episode with a good friend of mine, Adam Black. Adam, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What's the deal?
We were just talking about J. Cole, Logic, and who else? J. Cole, Logic.
And just...
J. Cole and Logic.
Yeah, J. Cole and Logic.
Yeah.
Logically, J. Cole.
And Logic and J. Cole. But we mentioned something on the first half that I want to get back into.
What?
And that was what happened this past weekend at Camp Flock.
Oh, the
with Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of going around on what to think of that. I have my own personal opinion, but I want to hear yours first.
Okay. All right. My thing is like, well, she got something to say too. We be talking about this all the time, bro. Trust me.
This has been the topic of
Yeah, like it's just all over the place. So it's like, how can we not talk about it? So it's like, I guess like with that, it's kind of just, all right. I'm gonna do it because I watch a lot of videos to like verify some of my opinions sometimes, just to see if anybody else is thinking the same thing. So I'm gonna just say what this guy said. He said that Tyler the Creator unintentionally set Drake up because you have to think about the fact that you're Tyler the Creator, okay? So you have a wide variety of people, of artists that are still in your fan base, that are connected to your fan base.
I like what you're saying so far.
Yeah, they're connected to your fan base. So it's like, out of all those artists, those are the people you need to pay. Those are the people you should be thinking about. Even if somebody who's a little bit closer to them, like those are the people you could be thinking about. Like you could have threw Father on there, like, but if you throwing Drake on there, it's going to be different because his fan base is already a rebellious fan base. So why would they want to go to something that everybody already likes? Why would they want to see something that everybody already likes? Mm-hmm. Frank Ocean is a selective artist. There's a lot of people who like Frank Ocean. But there's a lot of people who like Tyler the Creator. But there are also a lot of people who don't like both of those artists. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of people who like Drake, clearly, because he's Drake. So it's just that's how I feel about it. I feel like them booing Drake isn't it's not justified. Like they shouldn't have booed him for that reason because they thought about that. But they also need to take both the artists, or both Tyler also need to take into consideration about that, like about his fan base. Like his fan base isn't too keen to that artist. Like
it's just like, why Drake for your surprise guest?
Yeah, it's like Drake
out of everybody. Drake.
Literally.
Exactly.
Drake.
It's like I get he's the biggest artist in the world, but it's like
people who are
hasn't?
big fans of Tyler to the point where they're going to Camp Flog Gnaw don't give a damn about Drake.
Nah, they don't care about
Like they don't care.
Here's the thing. Do you think that the reaction would have been any different?
It could have been
if it was anybody else but Frank Ocean.
Yeah. Because if
If
that's
it would have been
believe so,
somebody
too.
else,
that's
for
all
sure.
that's all they wanted. That's all they wanted was Frank Ocean. So
Well,
if
they hella alluded to the fact that it could have been Frank Ocean
Yeah.
because
for real?
everybody was thinking that. Everybody was thinking about it. Like in the 2 new songs that Frank Ocean put out, like he was talking to, I can't remember exactly what he said, but like he said
Talking
something.
about UFOs.
Yeah,
and stuff,
something
and
like
it's just-
popping up somewhere or something like that. It's
Man.
just like they alluded to it and nobody ever said, no, it's not going to be Frank. It's
Yeah.
like they got everybody excited. As conspiracy theory, I think they let everybody get excited, sold more tickets because I was almost going to go because I thought it
'Cause you
was
thought
going to be
Frank,
Frank
yeah.
Ocean. And I'm glad I didn't.
See?
But
Here's what I think. I personally believe that if anyone is in the wrong the most, it's Tyler the Creator. Because he even tweeted about this after the fact. It's implied that he invited Drake because he wanted to see Drake live.
exactly.
you should have
Just-
called
Yeah.
Drake over
Yeah.
to the house.
We were
Like
talking
invited him
about
over
that.
for
You
dinner.
could have
Yeah.
watched that.
Y'all could have hung out in his big old private
Bro,
jet. Like
Exactly. Bro's
had a
got
field
a
day.
house in his jet. He could
Bruh.
perform anywhere for you, dog. He could perform that. You could
Yeah.
ask him and be like, yo, I'll pay
Drake,
100,000
sing
for
to
you.
me.
Exactly. I want you to sing that song in my house right now. I'm gonna do so. I'm just gonna
And then
be in my
after the
bathtub.
fact, it's just like, okay, you can't really get mad when you built your entire career off counterculture.
Exactly.
And then you invite the most cultured artist probably to ever exist in this generation.
Exactly.
And then be like, okay, everyone's going to be fine with this.
Exactly. It's like Tyler the Creator always does things without fully understanding his fan base. I feel like he understands his fan base, but then he's like he himself is so rebellious that he doesn't even give a fuck. He doesn't even care about the people that are conforming to him. You feel me? Because it's like, because he's like, yo, I don't even care, bro. I want to listen to Drake. Like he's like, you guys don't understand, but it's like, bro, like these people are paying top dollar for your event, bro. Like you have to give it's like, yeah, they got rides and stuff. They got other artists and stuff to perform, but it's like, bro, like Drake, like for your audience, for the people who are coming to you who are wearing banana shirts and golf shirts, like
It's wild.
yeah,
Drake,
like Drake,
it's
bro.
wild.
I've never heard a Tyler the Creator fan. Never seen a Tyler the Creator fan like fan over Drake. Never, ever. I've never seen a Tyler the Creator fan be like, yo, throw on some Drake. Never
I got
even.
a couple Drake songs on my playlist, and when come on,
She
skip,
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 yeah,
skip.
exactly. The
Y'all
Drake
didn't hear
songs I
that?
listen to feature somebody,
Yeah.
Always.
or Drake's featuring himself, and
It's
I'm like, oh, okay.
The
his
thing
verse
is
on.
that it was kind of arrogant on his part that he actually sat down and was like, you know what, I'm gonna have a surprise headliner, and he knew that Frank Ocean was gonna drop those 2 songs leading up to the day of Florida.
They're friends, dog.
And then thinking, you know who my fan base is gonna love? They're gonna love seeing Aubrey on that stage pop out, and they're gonna just go wild.
You know who they should have
See,
got?
another thing, my friend went and she was telling me that everybody was like so mad, and from her perspective was like 15, 20 minutes before the set even ended, Drake was like, you guys want more? You want more? So everybody assumed like, oh, like whatever, Frank's gonna come out still, like we still have a chance. So they were like, hell no, we don't want more. Get out of here.
And they
And
start
it's just
cleaning.
the show ended 15, 20 minutes early. Like
It's wow.
It's like it's just a bad time. It's like the way Drake handled it, I feel like is the best way he could have handled it, because like I feel like he understands. He's like, this isn't even my audience. Like,
it's like he'll be fine.
yeah, Drake's got a house on
Yeah.
in the sky. Like,
He'll be
He's gonna-
fine.
he's gonna be
he's
fine.
driving Elysium right now.
It's like Tyler's so mad at everybody. Like, just relax. You guys are gonna be fine.
And
Yeah.
I'm just so
You'll be
I'm so
aight.
shocked that he didn't.
There you go.
I'm so shocked that he just did not like know this is gonna happen. And
I feel
okay,
like
let's think about his who he's invited in the past. Let's think about last year.
Bro, he invites everybody that is his is in his core. Like, he's gonna invite Jada Smith. He couldn't invite. Did he invite Lizzo? Was Lizzo there this year?
I don't know.
I don't think
That's
so.
her fan. That's
Yeah,
his
but-
fan base, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Lizzo?
yeah, bro. Trust
Yeah,
me. It's
yeah.
it's like one of those like it's not like it's not the music thing. It's who she is.
It's
like
the,
what
it's
she
the
does.
personality.
Yeah, it's the
aspect of
personality.
Lizzo that
Not so much her
attracts
music.
Tyler.
That's what attracts a lot of the artists in that case. Like a lot of artists in Tyler's realm, because like Tyler's so personality driven himself. But it's like he's also incredible at making music. But
Yeah.
he's so personality driven himself that other personalities is what his fans attract to. Like people attracted to his personality a lot. I remember when he was coming up, I was like, yo, this dude's wild. Like I mess with this dude. Like Lord of Squad is like shit. Like all that. Like
It's like-
legendary.
I think about because I've gone to Camp Flogna every single year since 2016,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, you didn't go this year?
I didn't go this year because I went camping
Oh, okay.
for a class.
Oh, you went real camp.
Yeah, real camping. Yeah. So I look at, the set list for who's performing. Last year alone, they had Kanye, Kid Cudi, and Pusha T. And during Pusha T's set, there was a giant sign that said "Fuck Drake." So what went through my mind when I came back in town and I saw Drake was the mystery headliner at Camp Flogna, it just didn't connect to me at all.
It's so.
And I can't even feel.
Excuse me.
I can't even feel bad for him at this point because he should have known better.
I don't feel bad for Drake. I don't feel bad for Drake because it's like it's just a matter of them understanding fan bases. I feel like Drake was the only person that understood really. Like I feel like because Drake, the reason I feel like Drake is such a top tier artist because he understands audiences and he understands what people are gonna like and what they're not gonna like. That's why he's able to enter in so many other realms because he can study and be like, oh, okay, I know what to do for that. And so like when it comes to that, I feel like he already knew. I feel like that's why he was already asking him like, look, I'm here for y'all, like. But it's like essentially he was there for Tyler. It's like he's practiced to the point where that's how he's gonna handle the situation. But I don't feel bad for him, bro. Like I feel like Tyler's not in the wrong because I just feel like what his fans are saying, like, oh, this is a show for Tyler. Like I feel like that's how he feels. Like I feel like that's how Tyler the Creator feels. Like Tyler the Creator. Like I feel like he can do what he wants. Like bro's watching his shows. Like he enjoys music.
It's like
Clearly,
everybody's entitled to their own reaction and opinion.
yeah, exactly.
He could be mad. We could be mad.
Exactly.
Everybody could be mad.
But it's like I feel like the people who are out there like like bashing the fan base for like booing Drake. Like they need to chill a little
Yeah,
bit.
everybody's going so wild. Like the people that I didn't think would be upset for Drake getting booed are upset. I'm just like, why? Like,
Yeah.
calm down. It's all right. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's like Drake. This isn't the end of Drake's career, dog. Like
Yeah,
Drake's
like,
gonna
Drake
put-
will continue on. Like,
this, if anything, this has helped Drake's career.
Yeah, it's just gave him more
You could have
notoriety.
Yeah, it's like he's one of the top hashtags again right now, and he didn't even put a song out, bro. It got booed off, and people are like, "Yo, Drake's a
damn
legend."
Drake.
Drake, bro.
At it again.
You can't, bro. Just what I'm saying. There's no reason for people to be on the internet angry at the fan base. Like, yo, chill out. Like, Drake's gonna surpass this. He's gonna put out another album. A couple years, you guys are gonna be happy about it. Plus, bro has a residency in Vegas, so it's like, if anything,
He can just
that's where his
hop
career is
over
gonna
there.
stop. Yeah, that's where his career is gonna stop. That's where his career is gonna retire.
Do you think that? How do I ask this question? Okay, so who do you think that's not Frank Ocean would have been an acceptable person to
Playboy
put
Cardi.
Playboy Cardi?
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
person I can think of because he's so high up in Tyler Creator's fan base. Plus, he's on Earthquake.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I
that
see.
would have been pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would have thought like him, like if he dropped like Whole Lotta Red that night, that would have been nice. Or if Uzi dropped Eternal Take,
Hey, you didn't listen to it, bro?
the leaks.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
Listen, okay.
those were going though. Like,
Okay.
no, you didn't hear you didn't see the one that was on Apple Music, bro. They had look. I'll show you right now. They had one on. Look, I got it right there.
Put it in the camera right here. Is that real?
Nah,
Okay.
because look, they had it. It was up there. The artist, it's under the artist, the same name as the album, and then like it was up there for a couple of days. It was it's 15 tracks, and they're all Uzi songs. They're not Uzi songs. They're songs I've never heard. That I don't think anybody's heard.
But do you think that's the album? Like
I think
that's
somebody
Eternal
leaked it.
Take?
I think somebody leaked it.
Is it good?
It was pretty fire.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna look. Okay,
I'm not a big Uzi fan, but for like I can understand why people like certain Uzi songs. I'm like, dang, this shit hard.
okay. Do you think it's? Well, I think I already know the answer to this because Malik, when Kanye dropped, before he dropped Jesus is King, you know, the whole Yandi spectacle. I was always like blasting the Yandi leaks around him. He's like, bro, don't listen to this. It's unethical. Is it ethical to listen to leaks?
Okay, see, I used to think it was ethical, but I watched a couple of videos on it, and I guess it hurts the artist.
Yeah.
It hurts the artist deeply, but sometimes. Okay, and Kanye's like when it comes to Kanye, it's different because you're most likely never gonna get those songs regardless. Like those songs are probably never gonna come out. Like
Okay.
Kanye West
Okay,
is probably
yeah.
just yanking your chain.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like Cardi and the rest of them, like it hurts them because the fans are waiting for the fans are waiting for the projects and stuff. And it's like they're trying to get the projects together, but their engineers and stuff are leaking the projects. Their engineers' cousins or something are leaking the projects, hopping on their laptops like, yo, I got Cardi beats for sale. I got Cardi verses for sale, like just handing them out and stuff like that. And I was watching a video about it, and they were talking about it. They were saying like, yeah, bro, like it messes up their money, like because it's their songs that they're trying to put out, studio time that they've paid to record the song for it not
it's
to make
like,
the money back.
That's their work of art.
Yeah,
like, That's what
exactly.
they've been putting all their time and effort
Exactly.
into, and
Yeah.
somebody else
It's
puts
like-
it out when they're not ready.
They said it's like stealing fruit from a store or something. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, and even the rollout is part of the artistic process
Yeah.
in of itself. So it's
And
kind of like you're messing up the art itself if you leak it.
I feel like,
Exactly,
but
yeah.
the only thing, my other idea on it though is like sometimes I feel like it helps the artist. I feel like it helps Cardi because his leaks are like leading in leak culture. Like if a lot of music from a Whole Lotta Red has leaked from Cardi, bro. There's been there's a song every day that comes out from him, bro. I'm like, golly, like, but it's like I feel like it helps him because it just helps his build up towards his projects because that's how I feel like that's how I built him. It's like, yo, all these leaks are fire. I wonder what the project's gonna actually sound like.
But doesn't that make you think that, oh, if all these leaks are leaking out, they're not going to release the project at all?
No.
Sometimes.
So
Yeah.
I don't think that anymore. Just because I used to think that, but just because now that it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if they release their project or not. To be honest, because like it's like Cardi can release his project today, depending how good it is in comparison to his other two projects. We could listen to it for either a couple weeks or a couple months or a year. So it's like either way. Like I feel like it's okay. Like I feel like that helps Cardi in some sense. Like if a Drake song leaks, I feel like that doesn't matter. But I feel like if it's like Uzi or something, I feel like that harms him. Thank you. I feel like it harms him because it's like Uzi's like really trying to orchestrate something like with, and that's not his songs leaking isn't comparable to Cardi's leaking. Like Cardi, I feel like Cardi still makes money off of some of his songs that gets leaked, to be honest, because a lot of songs get taken down, but a lot of songs stay up. There'd be a lot of songs on YouTube that stay up, but there'd be a lot of songs like I had a Cardi. I recorded over a Cardi leak. I recorded over Kid Cudi, like before it even blew up. Like before Young Nudy got on it. Like I saw it, my homie.
I remember that.
Yeah, my homie sent it to me, and I was like, yeah, blah blah blah. I made it and stuff. Like, and it was going up. But it's like, they took it down. And the song that I downloaded to record over, they took that down. Plus, there was a leaked version of Molly, and they took that down. So
he has to be,
he's monitoring some of his music, bro. Like on SoundCloud, bro. If you upload a Travis Scott, a Cardi, or a Uzi song, it's gonna get taken down so quick. Like Cardi song get taken down a couple weeks tops. Like Uzi songs get taken down a couple days tops. Don't even try uploading a Travis Scott song because you try to upload
I still can't find like Apple Pie through the late night.
Whoa, for real?
Nah.
You don't have it on Apple Music or nothing?
It's not on Spotify.
Yeah, huh?
Birds and the Traps on Spotify?
Is it? I don't use Spotify.
Yeah.
But she listens to it. I know she does.
Yeah, I don't
use it. We listened to the way back the other day. Yeah.
Everything from Travis is on Spotify besides Days Before Rodeo.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Everything.
I swear I couldn't find Birds on Spotify.
Bro, I swear.
Maybe I'm just tripping, but I know.
If you're a real fan, you should have got a hard copy.
You're right. You're right.
I just play it.
But what's it called?
If you're a real fan, you would have got the vinyl. I just mess with you.
There's something I saw on Twitter, and it was like someone's actually buying Slime Season 2 on vinyl.
Oh, Thugger?
Yeah, I'm just like,
hey, look.
You're right.
Yeah,
just like, that's
they should have got
that's kind of
Thugger,
weird.
They should have got Thugger Girl.
Yeah.
I would have got that just for the cover. I don't even care about the project, just the cover.
I want one. Imagine playing that on a vinyl.
How do you feel about Young Thug?
Okay. You either love him or hate him in certain songs, in certain aspects.
In certain songs, I feel that. There's been like songs I hear and I'm like, dang. I'm like, dang, Thug. But there's a lot of songs I hear. I'm like, hold on, let me rewind that real quick.
What I like about Young Thug is his lyrical ability. Mm-hmm. You just said something and you're just like, you sit there and think about it like,
yeah.
What did you just say?
Yeah. He be saying some off-brand stuff, and I'm like,
philosophic type bars. I don't get it, man.
Young Thug I feel like Young Thug is a legend. I feel like any artist that has come out that has lasted through the SoundCloud era, through 2016 to 2019, like I feel like those people are cool legends.
I definitely
like 21 Savage. 21 Savage is considered. I feel like he'd be considered a legend. Lil Uzi would consider a legend.
You're talking about from the 2016 SoundCloud
I was about to say 2016.
Yeah, it's like all those artists have influenced a lot of new music. Like
Uzi.
It's like if without Uzi we wouldn't have Juice WRLD, and Juice WRLD is one of the top selling artists right now. Like there's a lot of artists out there. Like a lot of those artists like really influence like how music is going right now. Like if you listen to a lot of songs, like and be like, dang, this sound like what's his name? This sound like blah blah blah. Like where do you think all that came from? It came from that era, from that time period. Like
everybody's branching off from one another. Like
they opened up the gate.
They do.
Yeah, it's like they opened up a gate they opened up a realm to allowing
something like different.
Yeah, it's like they broke the formula. Like there's like we're not doing none of that. Mm-hmm. Or somebody who really advocated for that was XXX. Like how he just broke the formula. Like I remember one time one of the homies was pressing me about mixing and stuff, and I was like, bro, stop. Like have you heard this dude's music? Like he doesn't mix nothing. Like, and it's like
he just like takes a cell phone and just raps.
Bro, have you seen? He has videos of it too. Like bro would hold the mic. Bro was holding the mic, no stand. Him and Ski Mask were holding the mic. Homie was on the bunk bed with the laptop. Like,
but I feel like okay, that's the same. It's kind of like Earl. where he uses that really raw mixing in order to prove a point.
Yeah. I feel like Earl uses his raw mixing the same way Jimi Hendrix would use like feedback in his guitar type of way.
Yeah.
Like that's how it was. And I feel like with X is like X was in the midst of like, I don't care, put it out, and like it doesn't matter. Cuz it's like the general audience ain't going to notice. As long as the 808 is hitting in their car, that's what they need to hear, bro. They don't really, back then that's all they really care about. It's like as long as they can hear the hi-hats, the 808 and the kick and that clap, that's all you really needed. The lyrics, that's just the instrument. It don't even really matter.
All right, so we got to take one more quick break. Sorry to interrupt you.
You're good.
And then we're going to get back to the rest of the programming.
All right.
We are 22 West Radio, the next wave of K Beach. 22 West Radio is 22westmedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ, HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles. Welcome back, everyone, to Talk with Spitzer program. I am your host, Spitzer Klein, back at it again with another great episode with my good friend, Adam Black. Adam, how are you?
You know, I'm chilling, bro.
And I didn't get your name.
My name is Lucy.
Nice to meet you, Lucy. So,
You're just adorable, though.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. There's one more thing that we will need to talk about.
Yeah.
If you don't know or don't remember, if you're watching the show, Mr. Black here is a Inland Empire artist. And if you don't know, if this is your first time watching the show, you know that I am also from the Inland Empire, repping the great city of Fontana, California. The one and only.
Fontana.
So, with that being said, that's the question.
I wanted to ask you how you felt about Tyler the Creator's IE/mobile tweet.
Okay, so to start off with that, he's just, I feel like he was just speaking out of ignorance.
Out of ignorance?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's never been here.
That's true.
He doesn't know what it's like to grow up here. And to think that just because you grew up in one place and not the other strips you of your musical talent, come on, man. That's just a very narrow-minded view of looking at things.
I don't know, bro.
You think he has a point?
I think he has a point when it comes.
We both have points. Points were made on both sides.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not fair for him to judge the whole IE based off of what he sees or whatever he's seen. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. Like, he's reading a book by his cover and he's just saying like, yeah, I'm glad I never grew up there. Like, they're lame. But it's like what that whole tweet consisted of is really what it thrives from is the whole LA versus IE thing, and that's essentially where it comes from. And I be telling people in the IE all the time, and I don't really care, bro. I don't care, but LA is way better than the IE because they just have it's already embedded in them to have that. To do that entertainment, you feel me? It's like when it comes to the IE, like there are people out here, there are people who are out there who, of course, you know, they grew up with music and they've been into that same thing. But when it comes to the LA, because it's a metropolitan city, there's more. So there's no way. First of all, there's no way you can even compare the LA to IE because there's already more. Therefore, there's already a higher chance of there being a lot more better artists than there are in the IE. Everybody in the IE, there could be half or whatever. The quarter or 75% of the people could be the best in the IE at making music, but that will not equate to what the LA County is like when it comes to making music. And it's like people out here in LA, they go to art schools. They have top tier art schools. They have top tier entertainment. They have all the schools, film schools, music schools, all that, bro. They can be all in that from
There's way more.
Yeah,
like,
from the
you
ages
have
of
way
one.
More
but I
in
think
front of you constantly.
To compare it to the IE, you have to think. A lot of entertainment comes from LA. A lot of entertainment comes from LA. A lot of entertainment comes from New York. A lot of entertainment comes from Atlanta. A lot of entertainment comes from Texas. But no, there's not a lot of entertainment that comes from the Inland Empire. And when it's like that, when it's like all we see is the popular things, all the IE sees is the popular things, and we see that those are the things that's gonna get us the things that we want. That's what we're gonna follow. And it's
lots of like-minded thinking.
It would be considered like a cheap mimic of what has already existed. It's like some stuff really do be fire. There really do be stuff that's fire. But then there be some stuff that people in the IE will gas or really like. But when it's just a carbon copy and it's like what they really like is how good that person copied that other person. If somebody was out in the IE making the same kind of music as Drake, then people out there are like, if I made a song sounding just like Butterfly Effect, or if I sound just like Travis Scott, I'll go up out here in the IE because it sounds like something they already used to. They don't want to hear none of that different stuff.
But here's what it came off as, and this is how I read it at first. Maybe not so much anymore, but the tweet came off as saying that. And here's the thing: Tyler's music resonates with people from the Inland Empire so much that that upper middle class black suburban culture.
Yeah.
So for him to just slap him right in the face like that's again him being tone deaf.
Very
to his
Tyler of him.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And number two,
because a lot of people in the IE are Tyler fans. Like you could consider almost the whole IE a Tyler fan.
A lot of people are Tyler
Yeah,
fans.
exactly.
All over. All over. Like in Houston, everybody
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
everybody
yeah.
they're big Tyler fans out there.
Oh, see then?
Yeah, it's like
Maybe he's glad he didn't
He's
grow up in
just-
Houston
but
too.
it's but it's the
Tyler the Creator.
but again, it's what he does. It's what he does in his music that resonates with people from the IE more. An example from someone from, I don't know, South Central LA, because he speaks from
now, but before,
before
it was like, now it's different, but that's because of where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of where his drum's at. People need to realize that Tyler Creator's mindset. He's not what he was, bro. He's not what he was when he was coming up. He's not that fool. He's not that dude. He's not that dude saying your mom. Like, bro's not
he
a
doesn't
monster.
want to drag your lifeless body to the forest and fornicate with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's not trying to have a threesome with a pregnant girl and her child. Like he's not trying to do that anymore. Like bro's on a different path. And it's like even if you listen to the way he talks in interviews, like bro's trying to talk on some elegant stuff. He sounds a little bit like T.I., but it's okay because bro's still working on it. You feel me? Like he's still trying to go up with it. But it's just excuse me. It's just like I get what you're saying. Like that's the crowd he resonates with. It's like he needs to Tyler Creator. Yeah, now he does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like beforehand it wasn't like that. I feel like a lot of people in the IE. I feel like they like Tyler more so back in the day than they do really now. Because like a lot of people that I know that like Tyler, they love them some Tyler like back then. They like a lot of new people that I know that like Tyler now. Like it's not as big as it was before in people that I know.
I think the reason for that is because back then, like I assume like you're talking like the Goblin Wolf era.
Yeah.
Back then, it was because Tyler was doing something different
Yeah.
represent black people in suburbia, as opposed to other.
That's true.
rappers.
Because it's like all he really was hanging out with rich white boys, skaters, and like
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it just
That's true. That's
it
true.
made people think, oh, okay, so maybe there is a reflection of me in hip hop, that wasn't really there
Yeah,
before. And again, that's why I feel like so many people took, the wrong way about the tweet.
I feel like people took the wrong. I feel like a lot of people in the IE took it the wrong way because the IE doesn't like when people say something bad about them.
Oh yeah, no, they do not.
Because like it's like anybody could have tweeted that, bro. Lil
And they would
Wayne,
have been like, no,
yeah, Wayne could have tweeted it. J. Cole could have tweeted it.
you're wrong.
They would have been on it. It would have been on their heads. And it's like it's okay to accept the criticism because I feel like what some people from the IE just need to realize is what it looks like from the outside looking in comparison. It's like when I first started doing music, like when I was putting out stuff with Black Wave and stuff, and we would go to shows. We would go to shows out here in LA. We would go to shows and stuff, and I'd be like, dang, like these artists are nothing compared, or they're not in comparison. You can't even compare them to nobody out here. And it's like because those artists are the LA artists are different, bro. The LA music community is completely different from the IE community.
It's like nobody goes out to the IE for shows. Like, oh, let's go to.
I don't
know what. Pick a city.
Riverside.
Rialto.
Nobody
Riverside.
goes to Riverside. Let's go to Riverside, guys.
It's like you just gotta notice it. People, I always encourage a lot of people to go to to go to a realm, not just to LA, to go to a show, but go to a LA music scene show. Like how somebody would go to a backyard show in the IE, go to a LA show in a bar or whatever, some hole in the wall, bro. There's been I performed in shows on alleys that look like it's just dirt. It's just nothing. You get inside there, bro. It's a whole studio light set up. The best sound system I've ever heard in my entire life. Exactly,
It's
bro.
absolutely wild.
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of people in the IE really should go and experience that because it's not even a sense of oh, the IE is garbage. It's a sense of like you guys need to understand. Like you guys should go and like really see what you guys are trying to get yourselves into, what kind of music, what kind of realm you're trying to get yourselves into, what kind of people you're trying to. There's people who are like people in the IE, but there's a whole other side that they don't know. There's a whole other side that they're gonna bump into and grasp onto that they don't know. There's a different side between people who want to make music for some fun and stuff, and like they just want to do it to get a few chips, versus people who want to make a lifelong lasting staple with it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's the difference between the IE and LA. People in LA want to leave staples. People in the IE want to get rich quick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what it is. Like that's what I feel like. That's what I got from the tweet, is that he sees it from the outside looking in, and it's like we're not trash, bro. But it's like some stuff that they see that does leak out, that gets popping and stuff, in comparison to other things, it's whatever. It's like
people are a product of their environment.
Exactly,
like,
bro.
Depending on what you're surrounded by, it changes.
It's
who
like
you
he's
are,
not
what you put
Okay,
out.
well let's take that point. So if people are a product of the environment, what by logical conclusion, that tweet, what he's saying is you cannot make art if you're from the Inland Empire.
No. It's what he's saying. It's what he's saying is like.
I mean, he can, since the tweet was necessarily for him personally, because he was saying if I lived in the whatever, he's saying that, like, I can totally get behind that. Like, it's really easy to move to the IE, just living somewhere else my entire life, moving to the IE, living here, and like experiencing the entire different breed of person that grows up and lives and experiences life here.
She's from the city, bro.
It's like going from, like, the IE is essentially just a collection of a bunch of really tiny cities.
Exactly.
Like when you go from one really big city where you have everything at your exposure, like you can walk down the damn street and see whoever and go to shows that like might be no big deal for you, but to somebody who's from a tiny little town like Riverside, oh yeah, I used to do blah blah blah, is like, oh my god, like
Exactly.
it's like you're a product of your environment in that sense. It's like when you're around a really small city, around a bunch of people who live together, grow up together, die together, like have kids together, it's like you're gonna keep repeating the same thing, you're gonna keep making the same type of person, you're gonna keep making the same type of everything, because that's just how it is.
So it's only tailored to Tyler.
Yeah.
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 It's like
he was saying,
I don't think
like,
he would, bro was not saying if he grew up in the IE he would be trash, or like it's gonna affect his art talent, bro. It's you have to understand, like, bro, it's
he just got a different experience.
Exactly,
it's like you get
bro.
a different experience depending on where you're at.
And we're living if he grew up in a suburb, if he grew up in a suburb in Riverside, bro would have went to King. Bro would have went to King, right?
He might not
would've
have
been-
felt any type of way about the way he did.
He probably wouldn't even made music, bro.
I saw a tweet. It was like if Tyler lived in the IE, he'd be like washing shoes at Mobile Mall.
Bruh.
Exactly, bro. He'd be
Like,
yelling.
imagine-
Hey, brother, man, come here real quick. Let me shine you up right fast.
Imagine like being in the IE, seeing Tyler on Ontario Mills or some shit like
Exactly,
that. It's just
exactly.
like, whoa.
That sounds
Yeah.
terrible.
That sounds
That
awful.
sounds like a world I
I need
don't wanna
Tyler
live
to
in.
be the creator, not
Yeah,
Tyler the
bro.
shoe cleaner, bro. That's
Damn.
what it is.
All right, so unfortunately, we got to end it on that topic.
Oh, okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah. So thank you guys all for watching. You got anything last word to say?
What is it? November 22nd. Go ahead and pull it to Back to the Grind, downtown Riverside. We got a show going on.
Let's
You already know.
go.
Yeah. Even if you're from Long Beach, everybody pull up. It's a free show. It's in Riverside too. So like, just go ahead and pull up. Back to the Grind downtown. It's like an underground bunker thing. So some
Coffee
underground.
shop.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
gang.
All right. Thank you all. And
Yeah.
we'll all see you very soon.
Yeah.